So guys, I'm back with another The Kingdoms of Ruin review video here. This is episode 3 for my review. Let's dive right into this episode. Title episode was called A Gentle Death, and basically how the end of last episode 2 ended, where Daroka had approached your boy, and she basically like getting ready to take her out. He was struggling and stuff, but then she talked about how there was a way to revive, to basically bring Chloe back from the dead. That's when Eckhart he took Chloe out, but took Daroka out, but she whispered something to him specifically. That's what I believe happened in the scene at the beginning, but then Igor, like I said, he fully took her out. But something interesting happened basically towards the end of this episode that I found interesting, and I'm very curious about. But with that, they also brought up the fact that the machine, because Yuki had a job, her brother asked her to go and turn on the machine, right, that nullifies magic, right, to basically stop the home here. But the thing about it is, director Theta is the one with the scientist. She came in, and that's the thing, this is the reason why the machine was off this whole time for 10 years, right? That I want to say that it was basically radiation poison to human beings, that this was pushing out something specific. They called it something specific, I can't remember because I just finished watching the episode, but they basically did say, they put Yuki's brother on speaker, tells him like, look, you can't turn the machine on. Yuki's there even listening to this whole conversation, but she goes on ahead and decides to run and go turn the machine on anyway. Again, this is the reason why the Emperor is even sick, because they explain that. That's why, is the fact that this radiation stuff was affecting these soldiers who were around the machine for how many days, how many weeks and months, and they got affected. They ended up having this poison and all this stuff, and more than likely died off and stuff like that. So it's just like Yuki just wasn't thinking. She didn't think logic. She didn't think to say, okay, well, let's try to figure something else out. But with that, that's when the soldiers, Theta is like, look, there's a reason. What do you really need to do? He basically says that, we have to protect the empire, blah blah blah. And they go and send, after the machine gets turned on by Yuki and infects the doctor, affects Yuki, and then the soldiers decide to come after him. But that one soldier, random young lady, comes in and takes out your boy, took him out. I wasn't expecting that to occur in episode 3, but at the same time, in the midst of the celebration and stuff, at the same time, again, I wasn't expecting it, but in my mind, I'm like, he's the star of the show. As always, this is definitely anime thing where we say that stuff like this, if they're the main character, they don't get taken out. If they do, there's a reason why, and they're more than likely going to come back. And that's what they explained at the end of the episode, that the body was a fake. But how was it a fake? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm curious and wondering. More than likely something happened, some magic or something possibly happened, to where just before this young lady decided to use her weapon to take his head off, that they popped in and saved him and replaced his body with a fake. So I'm curious and wondering, like, how is his body a fake? How did they go about it? You know what I mean? So this episode was great, heart-wrenching, all of that. And like I said, I was very disappointed in Yuki, but at the same time, I kind of had the feeling that she was still going to do it anyway. She was going to turn the machine on, and now she sees the result of, and if she goes to the hospital and wake up, she'll maybe understand why it shouldn't have happened in the first place. But I enjoyed episode 3 for today, guys. What did y'all think of episode 3 of The Kingdoms of Ruin? Leave some comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about some things, and I will hopefully talk to you all with my review for episode 4 to come soon. Peace, guys.